All right, guys. Today is not your traditional get-up for our traditional...
Damn it, I wore purple today.
Thanks, Patrick, for doing that.
I just now realized.
Yeah, you blend into the background.
I did this one time last year.
And we did bully you for it.
You did.
And we will continue to bully you for it. All right, guys, today is that special stream. You guys loved it. You guys told us you wanted more of it. We also loved feeling like garbage later that night. From the hot sauce. So, we are doing another Banned Words episode where Patrick and I will be switching off as DMs to tell this magnificent story of Dungeons & Dragons. You will choose when we switch Dungeon Masters through a bunch of plethora of choices in the Twitch chat. Thank you so much for partaking in this. The banned words are limited. You cannot say, we cannot say our own names or the can be used, but like every other, our articles and conjurations, that's not the word.
That's a wizard thing.
Our tech booth will let you know if your word is an acceptable choice for banned. If it's not, we'll refund you the points, yada, yada, yada. Oh, what's our punishment? We must be punished when we mess up.
Which we never will.
Which we, of course, never will. Patrick, do we have an idea for what our punishment should be?
We do. It's the lemon-scented flavors of lemons. Available to you now is, I can't believe it is lemons, lemon juice, and someone please tell me these aren't lemons, lemons. Available now at your local grocery store.
Yes, so I have my own favorite of lemon-flavored lemon. It's lemon juice, 100% juice from concentrate with added ingredients. Don't forget your lovely lemons for lemon biting, because I'm gonna eat some lemons today.
Also of note, we did not add any creamer to our coffee, so don't worry, we'll only mess up our stomachs a little bit tonight.
Only because of the acidity, yes. That means we are going to be getting into where we leave off with today's episode. On today's wonderful episode of Twitch Slays D&D, Bott.
I like that Bott's right here. He's really cool looking.
Oh yeah, super nice. Oh, look at that smile. I'm glad they're here now.
Thank you, Bott.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
He brought snacks.
Did they?
Yeah, it was lemon.
Oh, thanks, Bott. Fucking love that. Today's episode is going to be taking place during, it's like a small prequel. So there was some downtime the past week before the party went into the party with everybody else. The Grand Gala Exchange, to be exact. Before that, Bott is waiting several days. So we have some small downtime for Bott to fill in that time period. So today, the story revolves around you, Bott. You are the leader of this party of one, which is yourself. Congratulations. And you are going to find yourself on a wonderful evening. Oh, before we get into it, I'm gonna just say one more thing. I have a couple other random charts that have been my iconic thing. So in here I have random tables, I've got random events, I've got random magical items, I got random magical stuff. So you guys can choose when, I'll have you roll a percentile dice, or you can do a Twitch point redemption to redeem that.
Or I'm just gonna make shit up. So, also, Devin, I feel like you're acting very bold early on. You're acting like you're the DM. And that hasn't been decided yet, buddy.
I start as the...
Is that true?
I am the... If you look above me, there's the green little dot,
right,
which means
there.
I am the Dungeon Master today.
It looks good.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
Okay.
So, Bott, you are free to do whatever you'd like to do in your given day. You exit the beautiful soup kitchen as Nova heads off to a different store to go pick some stuff up, and everyone goes shopping, and Blue sends a letter and all of these things.
Oh, we're going shopping.
Switch DMS.
Get fucked, nerd. So you had just heard Israfel tell you to enjoy shopping, and he had more to say, in fact.
Oh, yes. I was hoping I could get some paper so I could make a nice spell I'm working on.
So while your whole party's out and about, Bott, what is it that you want to do? The city of Aethermore is full of opportunity and options. The world is your oyster. Really, you could go anywhere.
I thought we were oh god, how do you do the accent?
Everyone does it wrong.
Yes,
It's
I'm
fascinating.
asking you, how does one say yes? What's the what? Yes.
Really emphasize the Y into the E.
Y and the
Is the
E's,
trick.
yes. So when there's a regular word, how is it enunciated?
A what?
That's what I'm saying, dude. You know what?
Bott, come on, just give me an idea. Let's go. There is, of course, the quest board near 20 feet away from you.
I am going to awkwardly loiter around the soup kitchen, unsure.
As everyone exits the soup kitchen, Bott, everyone has left town. You hear a knocking on the door. At the door of the soup kitchen. What do you do? I think Bott should answer the door, otherwise we're gonna have a plot here.
Hello.
Do you open the door, Bott? I need a yes or no. I need you to consent to door opening.
Yes.
Excellent. You open the door, and out of nowhere, please make a dexterity saving throw.
I rolled a 2.
What? Hell yeah. So what you were not expecting when the door of the soup kitchen opened is a large, clawed reptilian hand reaching out and grabbing you, pulling you out immediately from the soup kitchen. Please make a constitution saving throw to prevent yourself from being crushed.
I rolled a 19.
That's not good enough, buddy. You had to get a 30. Please take 3d6 damage.
Wow, ouch.
Okay, wonderful. You are now, you suddenly feel a gust of wind hitting your metal skin as you rise up into the air. Please make a perception check so you know what the hell's going on.
I rolled a 19.
Wonderful. With that, you're able to recognize that this is a giant red dragon that has lifted you off the ground, is now propelling up into the air about 30 feet in the air, and it has begun flying.
Oh god.
Looks like we have a banned word as well, so I'm not going to say that one.
The word damage is banned.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of
Pain.
pain.
Wonderful. Moving on then. You continue to fly. You're reaching speeds beyond comprehension as the dragon accelerates faster than the speed of sound, faster than the speed of light. This is no ordinary giant elder dragon. This is a fey dragon. Congratulations, you are now being teleported outside of your usual dimension.
You have beautiful eyes.
Make a charisma save. Make a charisma. What is that?
Check.
No.
I rolled a 7.
You did not charm. Though I am going to do a hotness check on this fey dragon for you, because I know you need it. I know you want it. The eyes are the only thing you can notice under the scarring and the scales and the grime of this fey dragon, despite being beautiful red, is covered in muck and grime. And suddenly, the air feels electric, as if the smell of ozone has inhabited the entire atmosphere, like lightning has struck all around, and you are suddenly in the Fey Wilds, or at least what you think it to be, having never been there. Allow me to describe it for you. Underneath you, about 600 feet down, you see a vast, expansive plain that slowly develops into trees. You see a small but wide path careening around the entire path. One path leads through the forest, up to the hills, down, back again, as if this is a path you weren't meant to travel in a circle. Along the path you see small villages, small towns, hamlet of, are those pig people? Maybe. And suddenly, the dragon has reached its destination and brought you to the mountaintop. Well, come. You are needed here. There is much to fix in our world. Many people are in need, and I have heard you are the one to help them.
Seems like there is much to fix on your face too.
Is Bott resistant to fire damage?
I don't believe that a warforged is resistant to fire.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw for a point-blank fireball?
I would like you to say you said a banned word.
I rolled
Did
a
I?
19.
I did! Damn it.
Yeah, and that was a 19 to the save.
Oh, I ate it like a...
There's seeds in there, buddy.
Oh, I ate it like an orange. That was a bad choice. I just did it as a reflex. Okay. Bott, you take...
Choose those words carefully.
You take 10 flame hurts.
Flame hurts. Got it.
Go to.
Thanks. That was very rude of you. You know, in my youth, I was a very handsome dragon. Now, we have a saying here among the Feywilds. Just let it happen. Choose your own destiny. You can go any which way. South, southeast, or southwest. So, Bott, you are left with a path in front of you. Do you go south, southeast, or southwest?
Give me a moment to think about it.
To the south, you see a hamlet full of, well, it looks like there's a circus in town to the south. To the southeast, why, that's, it looks like a big bustling industry city. And to the southwest is, oh, it looks like a shopping day.
The word save is banned.
Noted.
So you have a circus to the south, an industrial town to the southeast, and to the southwest, well, it looks like a shopping day. Which would you like to do? Circus, industry, or shopping? That's pretty, like, that's a fair mix.
That's a solid choice.
I need about 10 more seconds to think about it.
Okay,
Take some
that's fair.
bottom moment. When do I get to introduce my character?
When we get to the problem.
Okay.
I know you're excited, but we had to establish something.
I worked so long on my character.
I will go south.
Yeah, we're going to the circus! That's what I wanted you to pick, you fool! I came prepared today! Welcome, motherfucker! Alright, so you begin your trek, and what looks like miles of road before you magically seem to turn into mere feet, each step traveling hundreds of yards, each stride a whole mile, and all of a sudden you are in the middle of this town. Before you, a few small hutches. This is a farming town, full of maybe corn farmer there. Oh, and he's delightful. He's got beautiful long ears and a growing beard. And over here we have where that seems to be a dairy farm with two gnomes, both laughing and fishing. All of their accommodations are simple, humble, without much glamour at all. They seem to be just the most humble people in town. You can see with your naked eye maybe about 15 of these small rudimentary huts. Not barren due to lack of resources, but simple by choice. Strangely of all though, just outside of town is the most elaborate circuit tent you've ever seen. Surely they can't be performing for this crowd. Make a perception check. Wait,
I
is that
rolled
weird?
18.
Perception check is good.
Okay,
at the moment.
okay. Someone's gonna ban checks soon though.
It's not. We're limited. Here it comes. Ooh, another word added to the list.
Banned roll.
Oh.
Okay. Right. I also hate playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, who needs Dungeons and Dragons? Alright, so with that perception, you see 1, 2, 3, at least 5 opulent circus tents. arranged in a semicircle as they slowly get larger to the main big top, garishly done with red, yellow, and white stripes continuously circulating. And despite it being nearly noon now, the spotlights, the magical spotlights surrounding the place, have lit up the entire sky as if they have cast darkness around their central beams of light. What do? You have farmers around you.
That looks great. Let's go.
Wonderful. Okay. As you approach the circus tent, nearly everyone in town has also begun to notice it, and it's you're up. We're switching DMs. We're on our way to the circus.
Oh!
Switch DMS.
But you walk up into this beautiful, beautiful area. It's really off. It's similar, but it's so off-putting because things are just. The wind is blowing you from the front, but the way that everything sways is like it's going against the wind, and it's super weird and very odd. And you see shapes that shouldn't exist and things that are almost like levitating in nature. I'm staring at the mic like an idiot. Levitating in nature. It's just the closest thing. And as you begin to walk through and look around, I'd like you to roll. I finished the word. I got the L in there.
Yep, you did.
I got the L in there.
Got it.
I would like you to give me a perception
Number.
a look
A look
I
around.
rolled
look
an
around.
18.
1 second, Bott. Give me.
How's that feel?
It's tart. That's a whole lot of tart. Okay. You give me a whole look around. With a natural 18 with your perception, you do see that, actually, that's a great time to say, roll.
Yeah!
I'm just gonna leave the cap off. Give me a percentile number, please.
That's all.
I rolled a 46.
Yes, thank you very much for that. As soon as you start walking up to it, the big centermost tent of the yellow and white stripes, a large mob begins exiting this giant tent. The tent stands maybe 50 feet tall, as there's a massive post in the middle, and maybe 100 feet wide, and a large group of individuals are pouring out of there. As you're going through, and as they're kind of like rushing past you, you hear large, massive sounds, and the sounds of massive footprints. And you get bumped into, and as you're going, everyone's passing by you. Roll me a dexterity saving.
That was at least one of two words.
Saving.
I rolled a 1.
Right when you suck at avoiding things, someone bumps into you in the face, and they look like...
Yes. Hey, buddy! Get out of the way! We're getting the crowd out of here! We gotta get ready for the next show!
I am re-rolling that.
Okay.
Okay, re-roll that, Bott.
You re-roll. We both just said it.
Fuck!
I rolled a 20.
Ah, shit.
Alright.
Patrick, make a new character.
Alright, I'm making a new character. That one's gone. Damn for me.
In fact, Bott, what does happen is 9 little rats run up to you. Nine rat individuals that are maybe 3.5 feet tall.
I don't want to be an army of rats.
No. This is where I've introduced my NPC character.
No cursing.
No profanity.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, you feel it in the cheeks, though.
9 little rats bump into you and say, Mister!
Banned word check.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I am making a new character.
Good. You need to, because your character did not bump into...
I had a monk, but no.
They didn't bump into Bott.
No.
But this is where I'll introduce my character.
Okay.
9 individual rats bump into you and kind of like, Mister, did you see the big moving pictures? They made a big elephant that was bigger than you ever did see. It was all hairy and it had big old tusks. It's a good show. It's amazing, really. What's your name? That's not my drink.
Moving pictures. That sounds like magic.
It's the show they have. They bring out big things and they have you come. You want to see it? I'll show you.
I'd like to see big things that make me come.
Well then show the way.
I can't believe I just said that on camera.
Thank you, Patrick.
Welcome.
Patrick, thank you for that
You're
imagery. Bott, these 9 little rats they're not rats, they're rat humans. They are ratlings, to be more specific. And these small humanoid rats, kind of like the size of children, start walking up. And they have you in like surrounded in a circle. And they start talking to you and say, hey, mister, we're Chet. That's us. All of us are Chet. We are Chet equally. Mechanically speaking, I have 9 level 1 fighters that take damage off the top. So they're not a level 9 fighter, they're 9 level 1 fighters that amalgamate to 9 levels of fighter.
That's how that works.
They don't have a lot of health. Their con save is really bad.
What do you do for druids? How do I make a druid?
With spells.
Wisdom?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're, I think, wisdom casters.
Sure.
You walk inside and you see this tall, fey-looking man in the center. He is wearing...
Devin said damage.
Son of a... There's a tall...
And save.
Wow. 2, please. Also, did you just swear?
Mm-hmm. One second. This is for the other one.
Yeah, that's fair. Thank you for vamping. I'm almost done building a character.
Fantastic. Come one, come all. Welcome in, everyone, for the next showing, of course. And he starts gesturing to you. Bott, you start coming forward, and the little rat boys are coming around. Mister, I think he wants you to be a part of the next show.
The next show?
I think it's starting soon. The last one just finishes. There's a now turnaround. Immediately. Like right now. We'll watch. What's your name, by the way?
Good. I hate waiting.
That's great, because here in the Feywilds of Magic Land, there's no time. Time is a construct. That's not my drink. Time is just a construct that we don't abide by. And he points over to you. Ah, yes, to the fine...
I'm Bott. What do I gotta do?
You got selected for the next showing, of course. And they start like scuttling around you and kind of like pushing you to it. They like guide you to the little rope. This way. Another one kind of chimes in and opens the little thing. And they guide you inside. The ringmaster, for what he looks like to you. He is elven in nature, but of a fey elven descent. So it's like, imagine yourself, you have the strongest jawline, slender, strong jawline with the pointiest of ears. And that's going to be a D10 of hotness, because I know that's coming. It's a 7.
Wait, did I just say a word? Fuck.
What am I doing?
I just swore.
Son of a biscuit. And, Bott, I would like for you to, as you enter into the big ring, it's now starting to fill up with many different people. You're starting to see faces and colors of all shapes and sizes. The gnome farmers that you walked upon entry, all of the other halflings, there's some orcs in here, a very solid mix. And you see even some pixies are floating and fluttering all the way through. And when you go to look around, I would like you to roll me a Constitution.
I rolled a 12.
Thank you.
Also, someone would like to know how hot all the rats are.
What's up?
How hot are all the rats?
It is an amalgamation of 1 unit.
Okay.
Plus 8 con save.
Bott, you succeed. The rats, by the way, are a 1 on a D10. So, that being said, they are, in fact, human ratling things. They have rat-like features, and it's not a good time. But as you go up, you are comforted. You're not being overcome by anxiety as you see this crowd of faces that are unfamiliar to you, but also weird and off-putting. The ringmaster goes back and says, "Oh, we have our first guest to join us today. I would like everyone to please have a seat and give us a round of applause in 1 moment." And Bott, he looks over to you and he hands you a magical item.
Wow.
I would like for you to roll me Fudgeroni.
Switch DM.
All right. He hands you a Bott. Do a 21. Do a 20.
I rolled a 20.
Yeah, you did. He hands you a small, pocket-sized swamp dragon. This is a pocket-sized swamp dragon. It's up to you to name it, and you notice that the way its bones have laid out is it fits very comfortably in the palm of your hand, where its spine lines just up with your thumb, and its mouth looks right ahead. Do you see what we're doing here? Cool. So it's going to take some time for you to get used to this pocket swamp dragon. So you're going to need to name it here in just a moment. In the meantime, the ringmaster continues. Now, good sir,
I'm thinking of a name.
I would like you to take that swamp dragon, and my assistant here will attempt to catch the flame bolt erupting from its mouth in their bare hands. At this time,
I want to name him Pistol.
a good name for
choice.
what he is.
Survey says.
Pistol does, it's a dexterity attack. It's, I don't know, it's 3d6s damage.
Dom.
Really?
Sorry, fam. Take it like a champ, though.
Out of the wings comes you're expecting a very dexterous, almost monk-like assistant to appear and help with the show, but instead comes a lumbering Goliath woman. Her name is Kosira, and she is adorned with animal pelts and carries a walking stick.
Hotness check.
Kosira, of course. Kosira's getting a 4. This rugged traveling life of being a circus performer has not done well for her. Now, Bott, you're going to have to shoot at Kosira so that she can catch it. Is there anything you want to do when you fire Pistol? You can make some choices here. Where are we aiming?
My 9 individual rats are all clapping and cheering.
It's gonna be very impressive.
They are the only ones cheering at the moment, as everyone's kind of just staring.
What are my choices?
Aim for the feet, aim for the head, aim for the hands. Don't aim for her.
Decent choices.
These, don't try to shoot the circus
Give me a
performer?
moment to think about it.
I don't think you should have to think that hard about it, Bott. I think that should be a pretty straightforward answer.
There's the Bott sits there and do my rats?
Curse away.
Yes.
Go for it.
Do my rats see Bott sitting there and trying to comprehend what to do or where to aim with it?
Yeah, you see Bott holding Pistol, the swamp dragon, in their hands, contemplating the actions that he might just take a life tonight.
Got it. One of Chet. I'm just gonna refer to him as Chet from
the
here.
plural.
What's he doing? Is he looking to shoot them? Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? We're gonna find out. And the rats start kind of yeah!
Can I get a performance check on that for the rats?
Yeah, they would actually like to give Bott, not advantage, but they want to try to help. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a natural, ooh, that's not a good, that's a 9 minus 3. They have a -3 to their charisma, because they're disgusting rat people.
You know, we'll get a +3 to whatever Bott wants to try to do here. I said a word.
I also said it. Oh, was it just you, I think?
I think it was me.
Let me know if I said it. I might have said it.
Oh,
Got the seed? Did you get the seed in there?
that one is juicy.
I will aim at her hand to try to make it easier to check.
All right. Do the 20 with your deck. Oh,
I rolled a 12.
that one was real juicy.
It's like a dirty 20.
Yeah. Okay, wow. And please do 3d6.
I rolled a 4.
That's 1.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
You know, monks have this really cool feat where they can catch projectiles. Unfortunately, Kosira the druid does not. And so her only hope was to talk to the swamp dragon. But you pulled the trigger so fast, Bott, that the scorching flame comes right at her. And she takes...
I was told to.
And she takes 12 points of hurt. A fire hurt.
A fire hurt.
A fire hurt.
Got it.
And she curses under her breath, and she says, "No! This is stupid!
Isn't this part of the act?
I was told it was not a real swamp dragon! This is bullshit! I was supposed to attend to the elephants, but one druid clown does not get bumped into, and he disappears forever, and they have Kosira feel the road. This is... I quit!" So Kosira walks off stage in a rage, holding her hand, nursing it, kissing it, trying to make it feel better, and is just having the worst time of her life.
Is this a part of the show? This was different than the last.
I am feeling very guilty. I don't think I can stay for the rest of the show.
At the same time, you see the ringmaster come back on. Make a perception, Dewey.
I walk out, overwhelmed.
Damn it, I had a plot plan.
I rolled a 16.
As you're walking out, you hear the ringmaster trying to vamp up the crowd again, because clearly something's gone wrong, and you can tell that he's fudging it. You can tell that he's just trying to cover it. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, wonderful, wonderful, consider what a wonderful actress, what a wonderful job. And next up, where you go? At this point, you have exited the tent, having injured this woman's hand. You actually see her sticking her hand into a bucket of water. Steam still kind of coming off it. That fire really hitting her hard. Chet, are you going to stay and watch the show?
Yes, actually, 6 of the 9 of them clapped for the show, thinking it was an enjoyable performance. They rolled low on an insight as well.
Yep.
And they do happen to...
Oh, what was that word?
Insight?
Okay.
I go over. I'm sorry. I know cure wounds. Can I help?
Yeah, it would help so much. It's been so... You know, the circus life, it's so hard sometimes. And you do cast Cure Wounds on her if you would like to.
At this point in time...
I rolled a 2.
Okay. So you do 5 healing? Something like that?
I think so.
We'll call it 5. Oh.
8 healing.
Damn, alright.
Oh shoot. By the way, Chet is going to come back over to you.
I would like a random item.
A random item. Do that D20.
Chet comes over, except this time there's not nine rats. There's only 1 rat, and this rat
I
has
rolled an
1
18.
satchel.
Nice get. Underneath the bucket where Kosira's hand has finally received, you see a pair of red shoes. Soggy and a little dirty, you can tell there's something very different about them. Would you like to make an insight check? Did I say a word? I did.
I rolled a 7.
That was amazing! You caught the fire! As Chet goes over to
Plus 4.
the Goliath woman.
Thank you. You can tell that these shoes are magical, and they have some sort of enhancing ability to them that might help you if you were to wear them. Oh, no, that wasn't part of the show. Thank you, though. I'm not supposed to be a performer. I just attend to the elephants and the goats, but the way this circus has been treating people, it's no good.
That's real sad.
Do they look like they fit my feet?
They would. They would, in fact, fit your feet. They kind of are a moccasin build, so they've got kind of an opening that you can cinch together at the top. The red is just strikingly red, almost what color is Elmo? He's just red. He's just red.
Elmo red?
It's Elmo red.
Elmo red.
Real clean with hints of white on them.
I take.
Okay, you now are holding these 2 red magical moccasins. Oh, are those your shoes?
I put them on.
I'm so glad you did, you fool. Do a dexterity.
Do it.
I rolled a 17.
Okay, good. You're not just gonna trip and fall as you move your full movement speed. Without your will,
Save or normal check.
save. You son of a bitch!
Bott, you're a bastard. You knew what you did. That's fucked up.
Oh, cold.
That was cool. Why am I drinking this? I need to get a closer cup. There it is. There's my My Little Pony cup.
That was awful. You're a monster. Yeah, so not only are you going 30 feet immediately away, the shoes actually allow you to dash as a free action. Unfortunately, you always have to move. You are never not moving while wearing these shoes. These are the... Whoa! But what do? You have now accelerated 60 feet in 6 seconds, and you are continuing to run against your own will. Oh, should we catch him?
Oh my... Is this part of the thing?
No, I don't. I thought heels were his shoes.
Nice day for a run.
He's awesome! And Chet starts sprinting after you, and I'm gonna go slower than you because I have 25 movement speed because I'm small.
Luckily, Kosira knows wild shape. She transforms into a horse. Hop on!
Oh, I need help! I got it! I'm gonna see if I can get up there easily. Oh, you know what? At a 15
yeah.
plus with their dexterity, I'd say they probably get up there no problem.
I would agree.
Yeah. They jump on and they're barebacking it.
Oh no! So we are currently in a chase scene. You are unwillingly leading the pack. I'm gonna have you make another dexterity. Another dexterity.
I rolled a 9.
What is that? Plus 3? Plus 2?
Plus 2.
11.
Oh, that's pretty good. You in fact keep going another 60 feet, but
Whoa!
Kosira has to make hers. She does not succeed as well. She's gonna trip and fall and going to take
Oh my god.
This much damage. And I said a word. You're also going to be taking 10.
A 10 roll or fuck? Just straight 10? Chet dies.
What?
Well,
Oh, and he's a level 1.
hold on. Yeah, he's a level 1. Give me a second. Let me roll for his health.
Okay.
Let me roll for his health. A fighter is a D10.
Sure.
You know what? He doesn't instantly die.
I like that idea.
Chet is going to. Wow, you hear the horse lands on top of Chet, and
Yep.
Chet crunches a little bit, and
But the horse is back up and continuing to follow. About an additional 75 feet behind Bott. The chase is on. Bott, do another dex. You gotta come up with an idea, buddy.
This is a nice area. I feel like exercising.
Okay, wonderful. Bott,
I rolled a 15.
you are crushing it. You're still going. You've not lost a step. In fact, the magic of the Feywilds allows you, again, as you run, to travel farther and farther than you wanted to.
please don't trip, horse.
Now, as you did not intend to go anywhere as you started running, rather running for the joy of it, it does seem that you are not traveling very far, very fast. But because of the shoe's innate ability, you are starting to come across a city of industry. You see smokestacks and solid roofs with tin and clay shingles above, and the city air begins to, despite it being only 1-2 p.m., it's now starting to get dark and overcast as you feel a sense of rain and fog envelop the area. The horse has to do some dex work. The horse continues and is now only 45 feet behind Bott.
Chet does a second wind.
Oh, good choice for Chet.
Chet's gonna second wind real quick.
Bott, you gotta come up with a plan, buddy. Otherwise, you're gonna run through this town too. Please make a dex.
Is it spooky in here? Is this the right atmosphere for the?
Yeah.
I could paint this town red. I rolled a 3.
Thank God. Oh, yes. Unfortunately, Bott, you're too slow, and the shoes.
I reroll.
We could have stopped running. We could have
I
stopped
rolled
running.
a 4.
+2. We still, the DC's a 10. So
We stop running.
But your legs are not fast enough to keep up with the shoes and the feet. You get tangled up in your own legs and you go sprawling, skidding on the ground, taking.
For having no lungs, I feel winded.
You also take 10 hurts as you skid along the ground.
Is it autumn? Because I fall.
It is actually, strange enough, it was spring in that last town, but it's starting to become a lot darker and later. It's strange. And despite even not looking at it, you followed the path of the circle that you saw from up above. Almost like the Feywild has continued to bring you here. See how I tied that together?
It's almost like it's full circle.
Yeah! I have a story element now. We can finish the circle later.
Hey, Bott, are you all right? As you look over, Chet has a broken arm. As he didn't roll very high in his second win, but he's got a broken arm.
Oh no!
And he's nurturing it inside his little his satchel.
In a poof of blue smoke, Kosera, the Goliath woman, has returned to her normal form.
You okay there? You look a little hoarse.
Funny, I'm not doing so good. It's a normal day.
Oh, child, eat this. I would like Chet to. Is Chet going to accept what he's being forced fed?
Devin
Yes.
said roll.
Okay. While you're there, though, give him at least 1 HP of a good berry. And enjoy your bad berry right there.
Here's the good berry.
That was a juicy one. That was a mistake.
I've been into it wrong.
Oh, there you go. That was a clean peel. Well done.
Don't make me laugh.
Don't spit at me.
A seed.
You're a monster. You have now made it into this beautiful industrial town as you skid the dirt slowly and quickly all at once, because of the Feywild, has become cobblestone. As you look around you, the streets, while grimy and dirty, show very little sign of any people, inhabitants. There's no graffiti. There's no trash. Just grime and chimney smoke. The shoes have fallen off in your skid. They are now sitting beside you, gently tapping their feet as if they were a happy dog wagging their tail. They want to do that again. You have several doors in front of you and a factory just down the road continuing to pump out more smoke.
Can I give them pets?
Yes, do an animal handling. Do an animal handling.
I rolled a 5.
As you pet one, you accidentally put your hand inside of it.
Plus 4.
9.
9? Okay, alright, so you didn't expect the tongue of the shoe to feel this wet, but you think that's okay. It gently subsides and coos slightly with an unseen mouth. As you have entered the city of industry, you see a sign above that says, Hintof. Hintof, the land of production.
It's my turn.
Oh, it is! Wonderful! Welcome to Hintof, the land of production.
In Hintof, the land of production, it feels like it was the land of production.
I was hoping it was still the land of production.
It looks like it was. The infrastructure is good. Bott, give me a intelligence number.
75.
I rolled a 3.
Ooh.
-1.
Okay.
Wow, you
okay.
dumb.
Okay. All right,
You need
Bott.
to make Bott do more of those.
Yeah. No, not his thing. Bott, you take your first steps inside, and you're kind of like, huh? This place is. There's not a lot of people here. It looks kind of worn down, but it looks like the town was built for success, and it looks like the streets are big enough to what used to be able to transport stuff now. But a lot of it seems worn down. You can even see the.
I want to reroll.
On
Sure.
his intelligence.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
I rolled a 8.
7.
-1, 7. A little better. A little better.
Champ.
You know, at a 5, you'll be able to identify some things. In this situation, you'll be able to identify that this area that you're in has, you can see a lot of carts used to come through, to and fro, except these carts were slightly different. They're bigger and wider, and they even have, instead of hoof prints, it's footprints for what used to take these carts and wagons along. You kind of wander in a little bit towards the city, and do me a favor and give me a percentile, please.
I rolled a 69.
Nice!
Nice.
That's sick.
Incredible. My family said never to come this way. Kosira, the large 9-foot druid Goliath, seems trepidatious. The circus and the Goliath never came here. So glad we got 69.
Why?
They said there were the Fey folk who believed in iron, and it was unnatural. It didn't belong. They shouldn't be playing with iron.
But you hear, as you go through the city, and you're looking around, and you start to see like, ooh, that's a warehouse, and it's got a broken down door, and you can kind of see some rotten wood, mostly made of stone. There's a lot of iron gates here, much dissimilar to what you've seen in many cities. This is a different style. The iron has a shimmer that seems unsettling, as if it's something more than your typical run-of-the-mill metal. Off in the distance, eerily, you hear the sound of horses, or a horse, a single horse, as the hoof marks, you hear it walking through the city. And give me a look. Give me a look around.
Give me a lookaroo.
Give me a
rolled a
look-see.
5.
That sucks, Bott. That sucks. Actually, what was your character's name again?
Kosira?
Kosira. Could Kosira give me a look?
I'd be happy to. How does a 15 work?
That looks a lot better.
Okay. Do I see the horse?
I want to reroll.
Wow. Go for it. Have a better look.
I rolled a 10.
Better. Kosira spots it, hears it first, but you're able to see it first. As it goes and stomping along the way, you see a horse that has metal armor that is rusted to a nasty degree, but it's only rusted from the bottom down, as if this horse was going through a bog, constantly threw muck to its torso, and riding this this horse.
Wait, Devin, how
Yes.
long's the timer for Switch DM?
A couple minutes.
Can I stall you for a couple minutes? I want this horse!
It's okay.
Ah!
Seems like it's my time to shine.
Ban the word percentile.
That's gonna suck for me.
I want this horse so bad. Alright, tell me who's on the horse.
Yeah, it's okay. Nothing to worry about.
I'm worried about it.
This horse slowly approaches to you, and Kosira, do you have any feelings about the horse? It's made of metal. Horse is in metal armor, and the man on it, or the person riding
I'm
it,
curious about the person riding it.
is wearing a type of iron that is also as rusted as the horse is. All the way, though. As if it's been fully submerged for 100 years?
Kosira's gonna ready an attack if this thing tries anything.
Slowly, the horse.
Ban dexterity.
Woof.
Does that mean we can say dex?
No, it's an abbreviation.
Okay. Good to know. All right. The horse comes and approaches you slowly. It's this. I wish I had coconuts.
Yeah, we get the concept.
Yeah.
We've heard of coconuts.
Yep. Grab it by the husk. It slowly gets up to you. About 30 feet out, its body is moving weird. There's something wiggity wackety about it. Can you give me an Arcana, Bot?
Ooh,
I rolled a 6.
not very good.
No. Nothing about this seems right. You kind of let it go. The closest similarity you can find is your buddy Israfel back where you're from has done some weird things with bodies, and sometimes when he makes bones move, this is kind of moving like that.
Hi.
Yeah?
Devin, this is Patrick, your friend.
Yes.
We see bones move all the time.
Shut the fuck up, Patrick. Get your
They're
ass,
very good at it.
get your ass out of my house. What? No. The knight comes up and addresses themselves. Hello there.
Is it a skeletal horse?
Roll me an investigation as you look
Aren't
close.
most horses?
I rolled a 19.
What's the matter? Why did you do that?
ROLL.
That's some bullshit.
I said it.
I don't like it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Bot, you look close at this thing. And, with that 19, yeah, you're starting to see that this skeleton, this horse, I wouldn't say is quite skeleton. It looks like in some areas, as you kind of really look at it, some of the flesh is falling off. Maybe from decay, maybe from too much exposure to liquid, but it's starting to kind of slime down. And this knight approaches you.
That's
Wow.
nasty.
How is your horse still moving?
I'd like an animal handling check from Kosira, who's very uncomfortable.
Sure.
And I said a word, and my tummy's already hurting, and I've already eaten almost all my lemons.
Sir Mira. you hear with a woman's voice behind the voice, or behind the helmet. She keeps the helmet down. You don't see any skin exposed. There's no exposed body part. Sir Mira, she says. Nice to make acquaintance. I haven't seen someone through this place in such a long time. I've been just kind of roaming these streets and looking for someone that can help me.
Bott. How is your horse doing that?
Doing what? And she looks over to the horse and she sees where it has, can I see what you're like eyeballing? Like, what the fuck?
Schluffing. Schluffing.
Yes. Yes, it's, this is old reliable, as I refer to her as, but she's been with me for years. The magic in these parts, we have some, I don't want to disclose anything of any weird nature, but this armor that we wear, it gives us an energy, something that can help us fight off enemies. And it is a life source of ours that's important. My horse is named Velo.
If I knew how to do that, I have a friend I would have done it to. Named Nene.
Oh. What was the name of this knight again?
Her name is Sir Mira. And she referred to her horse as Eve.
Eve.
This is my horse, Eve. She's been with me for such a time now. She was my first horse, and I just couldn't part. I've had others, and decided to come back for her.
How long have you had Sir Mira? Have had Eve.
The horse kind of just... You can't see its face. It's covered in a complete metal helmet. Oh, I can't remember the years, to be entirely honest with you. But what brings you in here? These parts? Chet jumps in. I think we were following Bott. Bott had these shoes, and I was like, go in, and I jumped on. Ow, 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 ow. I jumped on.
Pop another good berry in your mouth.
Thanks. Bone, you hear the bone remend as a little bit, and now they're moving it a bit more. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you. How the hell did you do that?
Bad berry. I don't like that.
Ooh, yeah. She responds, I've a lot more than I can count. My memory's worse than my abilities are, to be honest. But, truthfully, we could use some assistance. Recently, our miners have had a problem. We were mining something and...
the children? Israfel, get out of here. Okay.
The miners, see, we do a lot of exports in metallics and metals and powerful things. We're not particularly well liked around here, so my kind is necessary for defending our mines, you see. And recently something has stumbled dastardly upon them, and I'm looking for assistance, of course. It's kind of befallen our entire town. Would you be so kind as to help us? I can offer great rewards if you do.
Oh no, not the miners. That sounds terrible.
I'm so glad that you're willing to help us. Please, this way.
That's how Nene went too. A cave-in.
Your horse, was it? I'm sorry to hear that your horse had to go. Do you have stories of what deeds you did on this horse?
She was the best.
Yes, regale us with the stories of your good horse, Nene.
Tell us about this horse. As you do, she starts guiding you down the corridors of this empty and abandoned town called...
Hintoff.
Hintoff, got it. Well, yes. After a bit of time, Bott, you recount the stories, the wonderful stories of Nene, this beautiful, majestic horse that died. And after the end of it, she turns to you. Oh, that is such a devastating story. I'm so sorry to hear it. You know, there is something that and she pulls up to the front of this mine, and inside you see a mine, and before you, it's run-of-the-mill. It's something you've seen before. The gates are still intact, but it looks like a small explosion has gone off inside of the mine, and the blast radius hit everything kind of like outside the territory, you know, with the mouth of the cave where they're working the most. And she says to you, there's a very important thing I need to ask you. and that is, I need you to give me a flip me a coin. I need a odds or even, 1 or a 2.
I rolled a 1.
What? What? What are you asking for?
She says, for your assistance, I really I need you. She hands you a pair of boots. And these are miner's boots. These will assist you
Wait a second.
in helping us figure out what happened down those mines. See, I am not able to get down into there, for the power and the magical essence inside there is not one that my body can withstand. But other people not native to our land is able to, and these boots are going to be of assistance to you inside. They have magical properties, you see. Properties of a miner.
What would have happened if we rolled a 2?
You would have gotten miner's boots.
What?
Don't worry about it. And she hands you a set of boots, and they look kind of small, but as you go to kind of fit your hand in, they stretch really well, and they could fit around any foot. Bott. She puts them in your hands and Chet kind of
Give me a moment to think about it.
Right. At this point in time, the damaged Chet.
Hey!
Fuck! Haven't used that word in a while. Ooh, I got that.
Oh, you really feel it in the cheeks.
When I slopped into that good berry, it got all over my mouth, in the cracks of my lip, and I was kind of chapped on the sides, and it it was a something.
I will put the boots on.
Surprise! You go D16!
But as you put these boots on, they are small, but they fit around your feet, and you feel normal. And you look around, and it feels great. And Sir Mira looks back to you. Thank you so much. These should help you in your travels. I would really like for you to please head inside and see if you can investigate what's going on. And as you look over, you see a little bit of color emanate, pulsating from the mouth of the mine shaft.
Ooh.
And she goes, and I wish you luck. I'll be here for when you go. And Chet's all so are we good to go in there? Is that good?
Well, that's not a lot of info, but I guess I'll go for it.
Kosir, can I have boots?
Yes. Again, I'd like you to give me a heads or a tails, or a 1 or a 2. Please.
A 2.
A 1 or a 2.
A
Yeah.
2.
I need you to.
I'm giving you a 2.
Okay.
Damn it,
I need you to roll me an odd or an even.
What was that word?
Son of a bitch!
That was an odd.
She hands you an identically set that they handed to Bott.
Oh, I don't like these. Can I have the others?
No, there's only one option.
What?
And these are the boots that you have. DM asked you to do it. Mira only had 1.
I guess so, huh?
You take the shoes.
Wait, will these work on me?
Of course, they'll fit anyone.
But I'm from this realm. So is Chet.
Oh, can I have one, please?
What you doing?
Oh, it's a 1. Another set of boots. And she hands, this is, funny enough, this is all that I have. And she goes off to the side and says, I must keep my distance from this area. It seeps on my life force. But you will be fine. Please, go. And as you go in, Chet kind of peers his head in. Bott, I'd like you to roll me an investigation check.
Oh, those
Life
were 2
force.
words.
That sounds dangerous.
You said 2 words.
I rolled a 15.
Chug. Delicious.
Oh. Oh. Okay. But you're 15. It's not bad. Actually, can I have you give me advantage? Because Chet is assisting you in the back.
I rolled a 17.
That's much better.
What are we doing?
We're going into the caves.
It takes dice to do that?
Investigation.
Okay.
The mine shaft has many, many different paths, and it seems like multiple of them connect. So what you're investigating is trying to find where the light source is emanating and pulsating from, because it's not always a consistent source. And you start going through, and you make, like, for example, you turn right, and it's a hallway that has more turns in there, and you look one way, and the light flash kind of comes from an area, and you're like, oh god, this is gonna suck to find. But with that roll, and the assistance of Chet, who's pretty solid at, like, tunneling, you find a small dead end. And as you sit there, I'm like, man, I was pretty sure you start to see a small pulsation of light.
Do you have dark vision, Chet?
Yeah, no, I definitely do. It's been super helpful. That's kind of how I was able to, like, find, like, it makes the bright light, like, super bright. You know what I mean? Like, it's like looking directly at the moon, the thing that, like, gives us light.
I don't know if he'll be able to see down there.
No worries. I have the sick torch. And he hands it over to you. And with the 17, the help of Chet, you are able to find the very end of this tunnel. And is Kosira coming with?
Yes, but she can't see a damn thing.
Okay. Well, you have a torch.
She's using a torch.
There's a torch going on. You start to get to the end, Bott, and you see that there's, like, runes on this wall here. But roll. Give me an investigation.
What are these runes?
I rolled a 17.
Bott, these come across to you as runes. You would have seen arcane runes in your day, and you're kind of like, it's not fully done. And you're kind of like, there's some rocks that have collapsed, and you're starting to, like, pull them down, and push them down. And these runes are shapes. Like, one of them looks like a star, as you're kind of like getting your fingers through it, and, like, getting out some dust. And the other one, is this one an apple? And at this point in time, you brush away more.
Switch the DMs now.
More
I swear to God.
and more.
No.
The pulsation kicks, and everybody in that tunnel is whisked away in a color of pinks, purples, brights, and everything in between. At this point in time,
I see the book you picked up.
At this point in time, the colors are so vibrant, you pop down, and everybody in this entire area is a horse. Chet is a very small horse. You are a very bright horse, and Kosira is a gray horse with their but massive. One of the biggest horses you ever did diddling. The biggest horse you've ever seen. The biggest pony. My big pony. Welcome everybody to My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. We have made it into my fucking portal.
It's 8:24.
I know absolutely what happened. And at this point in time, a small little pony comes up to you. She has a beautiful purple color.
Change the DM
she
now.
Has a purple skin tone, or a fur with a black hair with a little stripe. Hello everyone. Welcome to our little...
Wait, I want to do a hotness check.
Wait, welcome to our town.
Hotness.
She rolled a 7.
I said a word. How do I change DM?
Nope, that was a 7. Welcome everybody to Ponyville. Here inside Ponyville.
Hold on!
I need to deal with being a pony.
That's great. But here's what's gonna happen before I get changed. In Ponyville, welcome so much.
The lemon hit so hard.
We've just had a whole bunch
Out of stock?
We've had a whole bunch of recent guests coming in recently, and we'd like to have you join us in this big parade.
Why are we out of stock? Switch to DM.
No. Here we are. It's only switched every so often. This way, every pony, and she guides you.
No one's able to change DMs.
Oh,
you
no.
did this to me.
Oh no.
You trapped me in pony.
Oh no, it's a Ponyville.
You just wanted to play Tales of Quest.
We're My Little Ponies. Yay!
I had some great horror monsters to meet in this cave, but no.
All right, every pony, follow me. We're gonna head inside to where the grand welcoming area for all the ponies that just came in. They're a little strange, I must admit.
You have fun. I'm talking to Tech Booth. Enjoy playing D&D with your robot.
This system is just about the same though. But all you're gonna be doing is I'm gonna tell you a 6 or an 8.
Switch DM.
Patrick.
Sup, motherfucker!
Damn.
All right, has anyone given their name yet?
No.
Fuck yeah! Here we go! Yes, welcome to the Welcoming Gala. Come on in. Let me introduce you to everyone. What was your name?
I'm Chet.
Chet?
We are Chet.
Oh, you're all Chet?
No, we are Chet.
Okay.
Our Chet.
Oh, I ran really fast to tech booth.
You're up.
And what's your name, Big Stallion? Well, I'm a
Bott.
Hello, Bott. I'm Kosira. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you made it. Here, let me introduce you to everyone. And up first comes up a blue horse of smaller size with rainbow hair. They've got flowing wings and a punk attitude. And she says, "Hey, my name is Eve. It's good to meet you." And then another horse that's bouncing along just behind the blue one, pink with curly hair, says, "Well, hi, my name is Eve." And then the third horse, the orange one with apples on its rear, says, "Well, howdy, my name is Eve also." You see, here in this beautiful town, we're all Eve. We are the many lives of Sir Mira's horse. And this is where we toil every day to make sure they stay alive up there. Won't you join us as we go even deeper into the mine and welcome you to the true operation?
This is terrifying.
It only gets darker, baby. Come, you have to meet the mayor. They are trying to...
Chet follows along.
Wonderful. They're welcoming you to this beautiful gazebo done up with banners, streamers, and beautiful flowers. Would you like to follow along? Bartholomew the horse? Fuck you.
Damn, I had it.
I sup pony I will.
That's a good joke, says the purple Eve. And they gather in front of a beautiful gazebo.
I ban the word advantage.
Fair enough. Well, every pony, good to see you. I'm Mare. That's a word for an old horse, but I'm still pretty young. They're not gonna put me in the glue factory anymore. Isn't that right, other Eves? And every other horse around you laughs in unison. Ha 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 ha! That's right, none of us can actually die. We live here in a purgatory-like state, but every so often, some of us get to greet welcomers, welcome greeters, welcome new ones. It's so hard to remember. This only happens every 100 years or so, when Sir Mira gives us a gift. Come on up to the gazebo, new friends. Kosira.
Chet goes straight on up.
Why does Bott have a pony for?
Because Bott's a pony.
Okay.
We are all ponies.
Oh my gosh.
That's been established.
Bott, Chet, Kosira, come on up here. We've got these fun helmets to put on you.
Oh, this seems good. Yeah, no, that seems awesome. Let's just, I love accessories.
The purple Eve uses the magic in her horn.
That sounds fun.
To place
Let's go.
I'm glad. To place a pony-shaped sized helmet on top of you.
Oh my goodness, this is super cool!
We serve as the bridge between the main mine and the true mine. We're gonna have you go down under and really get to the bottom of it. You see, to make sure the city of Hintoff works well, we need to gather the suffering of demons. So your goal, to make sure everyone up top in Hintoff is doing all right and living their best life, is to go make as many demons suffer as possible. No! Don't you dare! Tech Booth is trying to make this more wholesome. Don't you dare!
You've got only so many minutes, man.
Okay. Well, as you put on the I'm gonna speed run. Here we go. You put on the helmet,
Chat
and
puts on the
suddenly,
helmet.
Constitution, go!
Oh,
all of you.
A Constitution from chat. That's a 2.
I rolled a 7.
All of you take 11 points of psychic pain.
Plus 8.
You take 5 points of psychic pain.
What happens if they hit 0 with this psychic pain?
Oh, I can't wait for you to find out, Chet.
Chet hits 0 points with his psychic pain.
Wonderful, because now, Bott, your consciousness fades from this strange horse waypoint as you enter the infernal nothingness. Your vision flashes.
The what now?
The infernal nothingness. You enter into a new consciousness, one that only can see and hear. Cannot feel. You have no sense of taste or touch or smell. In fact, you try to stand up from your seating position, and despite feeling like you're seated, you stand up and discover you suddenly have 4 legs beneath you. And in front of you is a horse's head. Make a perception of your own body.
I rolled a 4.
Well, great news. You're now riding a horse. Chet, make a perception.
I'm not the horse anymore.
We'll get to that question in a moment.
8.
Do you know? So you know how in like computer graphics, Devin, the color black is usually represented by 0 red, 0 green, 0 blue, 1 opacity?
Sure.
Sure. I want you to imagine.
I want to reroll.
You're more than welcome to. I want you to imagine
I rolled
the
a
color
10.
black, but a completely see-through black.
It sounds like a void, Patrick.
That's what Chet's experiencing right now. But no self-consciousness either. No sense of anything. Chet isn't. But what did you get for that? Wonderful. You look around. You see Sir Mira to your right. And she's at eye level with you. And you look to your left. And there's Sir Mira on her horse, crumpled on the floor. And you look down, and you're Sir Mira on top of the horse. Except, as you examine the functions of your limbs and bodies, you realize you're not on the horse. And you're not Sir Mira either. You're both. Congratulations. You're an amalgamation. A constructed amalgamation. And you have one purpose: to make demons suffer. Before you is a lit path of monochromatic white, highlighting black tiles, no walls or ceiling to be seen. Do you navigate forward?
Give me a moment to think about it.
Chet, I want you to experience the walls that aren't there. I want you to touch the ceiling that could never be. I want you to understand everything.
Can I roll a... this is a tough one, especially for Chet. He's got...
You said a word.
Oh, god damn it. I would like to... I would like to see if Chet can even comprehend this.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I just... Is like an intelligence or
whatever number you want to roll. Damn it.
I'm gonna... Okay, so this die is gonna get deleted because it's rolled under...
Try again.
Under 10 all night.
Try again. Oh, what was that word?
Still a 5.
You want to do it one more time for fun?
Don't bully me. 4. Natural 4. -2.
Have you ever held time in your hands before? Because you don't have hands or time anymore.
I have hoofs.
You have no.
I can't hold.
You have nothing. Shit. You have everything because you are nothing.
So, out of curiosity, is when we put the helmets on, did it feel like we went to a different dimension, or is it?
So that's a great question.
How did it feel?
Nothing. You don't feel anything.
But when it happened, because I'm assuming the psychic
your consciousness faded into oblivion.
Pat said roll.
Hey.
I move forward.
Wonderful. As you move forward, the light fades as you take one step onto the black tile, and you are suddenly beholding the entirety of Pandemonium. What once was a hellish, fiery city of pain and suffering has been subjugated under a fascist rule of brightly colored horses. You see beautiful adornments of Gothic-styled paintings, of pastel equines, of regaling unicorns. You see, in their all might, a squad of 3 beautifully painted Pegasi standing proud, saying, "You were born to suffer." And Bott, you see them in front of you. 3 small imps. No taller than 3 feet tall. And Chet, you're there with Bott. Inside with him. You also have learned to see through the eyes of others. Together, you see these 3 imps that you know you must make suffer. What do you do?
Patrick?
Yeah?
This is gonna come really weird, and I was just thinking about it, and it's pretty sick. So let me just describe something about Chet, and we are Chet. Chet are 9 different fighters with level 1 stats, mind you.
Yeah.
So we're not great, but all 8 of them are hidden in a different pocket dimension.
What?
So he has a. I explained this at the beginning. He has a satchel, and no, it was just They all jumped in his bag. There's the leader, Chet, the main Chet, the one that rolled a 10 on his health, the strongest.
What was
Chet.
that word? Fuck. Okay.
So the way they work is I take basically shitty stats because they don't get any buffs. They just level 1 fucks.
Yeah.
They go into a pocket dimension and the leader Chet goes in and out until they gets damaged, and then they pull him in, and then another one pops out, and I fight with 1 Chet at a time. That's why we are Chet. So 8 of them are in a pocket dimension that are still little rats because they didn't.
Inside the horse world.
You can tell me whether or not they became horses, but when I imagined it, they're in a different dimension when the dimension shift happened, therefore they didn't take the negative effects of becoming a pony, so they have opposable thumbs.
They do.
But they only have 4 fingers, so 3 fingers and a thumb. Doesn't matter, it's not important.
This is very important.
So they have thumbs, but they have 3 fingies.
Okay,
So
yeah, I've seen raccoons.
I would like to roll a stealth check with with Chet number 2 to see what he sees outside of the satchel that's on Chet's flank.
I'm gonna tell you that Chet 2.
Roll and check, Devin.
Fuck!
But you still have to tell me how you're going to make these 3 imps suffer. I'm gonna let you know that Chet 2 is able to perceive exactly what has happened outside, and he recognizes Chet 1 comatose body in the...
I'm scared. I don't want to confront them.
There's an 18 on the roll.
Okay.
God, first good one, and it's like a plus, it's like a +4 to 5 because they're pretty dex.
Yeah.
He just that was just a stealth to like.
He sees.
Okay.
And he's able to understand. Devin, I want you in this fight. I want Chet wearing the helmet and survive.
Switch DM.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Welcome to hell. Bott's afraid to kill demons.
I am going to ask one question before we switch because I kind of stalled that with my own thing. What did Chet see? Because that roll happened before the switch happened.
Yeah.
I don't want to like roll my DM PC and then be like, and this is what it looks like.
No, I think that's fair. So the other 8 Chets that are in Ponyland, surrounded by all the Eves, all the other Eves have just kind of the original 6 Eves of the multicolored have returned to what looks to be a doorway. A way that's covered in rocks, almost like a cave mouth. And they're all standing perfectly still, as if awaiting the next visitor. All the other Eves have moved stationary to hiding locations just behind flat facades. You can see that they're supposed to look like buildings, but they're just flat walls where the Eve automatons stand stationary.
Okay.
And of course, they see just next to them the body of a horse laying comatose that, that's the darndest thing, looks a lot like them if they were a horse. Wearing a helmet that appears to have fried the brain of the horse, but the helmet is still intact.
Is there so this one looks like Eve, you said?
No, all the other horses look like Eve except for Chet Horse. So when Chet came into the dimension, he became a horse.
Yes.
The ones in the bags did not.
Yes. We
and-
are ruling that way?
Yeah.
Sick.
There's still rats in the
Sick.
bag. Only the one that got through wearing the boots became the horse.
Sick.
Right.
No, and he's the one that's dead?
Yeah, the one where he's part of Oblivion.
Got it, yeah.
Dead is the wrong
Got
word.
it, yeah. He went mind numb.
He went non-existent.
Alright, so I only have 8 Chets left.
Yes, you have 8 Chets left.
And leader Chet 2 is gonna go...
Everywhere. He's going to go everywhere.
No, Chet number 2.
Okay.
So Chet 1 is there, and is their body is there. They're in a different area. Do they see Bott?
Yes, they also see Bott's body has also been comatose, but you still see rapid eye movements underneath the clothes.
Oh, he's laying down.
Yeah.
But my Chet is
dead.
Yeah, got it. That makes sense. Okay. Do I see Kosira?
Corsira's horse body is also next to Bott's, comatose with the rapid eye.
And in Bott's mind, and they see Bott has. Got it.
Yes.
Bott, you see 3 imps standing before you. All 3 of those imps are cowering in fear. As you stand, you thought you were a horse, but you're actually you are Mira. And Eve is riding below you. Eve is in her prime. She is quite strong and moving. And as you look at these imps that are basically... Give me a perception.
Be advised.
I rolled an 18.
Kosira as Sir Mira is also stepping forward as well.
Got it. Both are. That's good to know. Bott, you... That is a good... Whoop, this is the song I don't like. Back to restart. You see, these imps are now chained. They actually don't have anywhere to run. They are pinned and bound. And you look down to the weapon, and Sir Mira, when you met her, was wielding a sword and a shield meant for something. But you have a flogging weapon. It is not something intended for killing. It is something intended for pain. You move forward. There is a Chet standing next to you. There is a Mira standing next to you. And there's a mirror to your left and a mirror to your right. The mirror to your left advances with you. The mirror on your right does not, and stands there muted and null, as they just almost have a lifelessness to their eyes. They've had a bit too much to smoke, as some people refer to it as they are gone mentally. There's nothing going on up there. It's a good perception. I'll give them the full you can see that they're woohoo.
It's a husk.
Anyways, as you go up, does Kosira pull her flog?
Kosira's following Bott's lead.
Got it.
The head central Sir Mira.
Bott, do you pull out your flogging device?
I'm not feeling much like friendship is magic in this moment.
that mean torture magic?
That sounds like I would like for you to give me an attack, please, with one of them fat 20s.
I rolled a 2.
They're prone.
It's true. They are prone, but I would like you to roll me at advantage.
That was
I rolled a
That was
12.
a double. They're prone and bound, so
Yeah.
they're strained, so it would be advantage.
Yeah.
They're kneeling. They're not prone.
What was that word you said? While explaining it?
Shut the fuck up. But as you strike to hit, you lash the first one,
This is awful.
and following shortly behind, as you look over to see as the other mirror on your left was going to follow.
I didn't know we were doing torture porn now.
I didn't know where
But
we were going.
as you go to do this, you wake up as you're laying prone as you see another where you perception.
What is happening?
Perception.
I rolled a 18.
Fuck yeah, dude. Bott, you look up and you feel the helmet that you were wearing is now unlatched and taken off your head, and you see a little rat man, one of the rat men that you saw before.
What happened?
I don't know, man, but I think we gotta fucking go. The helmet, Chet's gone. Chet's gone. And at this point in time, you see another Chet is on the other side there, and he is taking off.
You are Chet.
Yeah, we are Chet, but we gotta go.
Bott's back in his horse farm.
Bott, you are still in your horse form. You're back to horse form.
No longer a Mira.
No longer a Mira, back to a horse form. With your perception, you're able, your head perks up, you see Chet, and then you see all of the other ponies that have been walking in there are now standing in their automaton form, minding their own business and waiting. Now, you see to your left, they took you into a different room, and you're in a different spot than when you put the helmet on. You go to where the welcoming committee is, and you see several hundred horses, all that look different and less vibrant, all muddled browns and colors similar to what you'd imagine from a more muddy world coming into this one, sleeping with helmets on their head. And then the other Chet gets Kosira. Kosira,
Huh?
shh. I think they're doing stuff to the mines. Chet's gone.
Chet's gone.
Chet's gone.
Oh no.
Let's get out of here.
We gotta get the hell out of here. But do we leave the people, or do we just get the fuck out of here?
What people?
Look around. Roll. Give me a perception. I didn't say the full word. I got rope.
18.
18. Same thing. You pop your head up and you see a whole room full of ponies that are sleeping and laying in, like, not capsules, but like almost tied off into certain areas, like done.
Right.
I think they're doing stuff to our minds. Chet's not here. We could feel when he disappeared.
Oh no.
We have a connection. We're brothers, and he's gone.
I don't care. Whatever makes things more exciting.
Okay.
That's an invitation for something stupid.
That is an invitation for something stupid.
Oh no. Oh no.
I think. Fuck me.
I think we have to. I mean, it's only right. We have to kill those still stuck in that terrible place.
We kill them?
The ones wearing the helmets.
Okay.
I was in there, and it felt awful. I couldn't feel anything on my skin. All I could do was see and hear, and I knew I had to kill.
Okay.
Would it be faster to kill them or free them?
Devin,
I don't know. That's up to you.
there's like hundreds of them, you
There's
said.
100, yeah.
There's 100 My Little
Yeah.
Ponies wearing comatose helmets on their head.
At this point in time, 7 or 6 other rats pull out of the satchel that Chet is wearing, and they all kind of begrudgingly look around, pull out their daggers. I think we fight.
Is there a central thing that controls all the helmets? Maybe we could just break that instead.
All right, Bott. I would like you to do me a favor, and I'd like you to roll me a fuck. Give me an investigation.
I rolled a 3.
Ooh, we have a random event that kicked in.
I would like a random item.
I would also like to look for Eves actively moving.
Perception.
Yep.
But I need you to give me a number between 1 and 100.
I rolled a 70.
That's suspiciously similar to 69.
Okay. You guys are outside in a pasture where this is taking place.
Yeah.
You were taken past like a flat, and before you, as you're kind of getting up, you see a small item on the floor, and it looks like a nut. You have a nut whistle. As you go to look at it, it has a spot where you can breathe into and a little hole, like a little whistle that you get from like a sports event, a sports team whistle, but it's the shape of an acorn. You have a nut whistle and you can blow into.
How? With what hands?
I blow it.
Yeah, you do. Okay. Fuck. Bott.
What does the nut whistle
As you
do?
blow the nut whistle, it makes this piercing sound, and at the time, wow, it's getting windy. As it makes this sound, it's god awful, and it resonates 60 feet. And at this, you start seeing like a couple of the Eves that were in like automaton mode just turn at you and notice you and start to slowly move in. But before they could do that, each tree that you see starts shaking and shuffling. And every squirrel in a 50 or 60-foot radius is now under your control for the next 8 hours.
What?
So you now have Bott now has the control of. Ooh. That's 2 nat 20s in a row. That was just kind of like a check to see. Bott, you have roughly several hundred squirrels.
What was it to see? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Have you eaten all your lemons yet?
I don't like the lemons. I don't like the way they bite into. You have approximately 400 squirrels in all the trees that were around you that listen to your command. You also speak squirrel. Not speak squirrel. You communicate with animals, and everything under your control you can communicate with. So as these 2 automaton Eves are now moving towards you, you can now command 400 squirrels to do a couple things. They can either they can kill and attack the automatons. They can attempt to free all of the sleeping ponies, or you look off in the distance and you can see a giant, not too far off, maybe 100 feet out, a tower that is emanating with some arcing, pulsating light and energy. Or you could have them attack that. What is it going to be, Bott?
I love this. I love the story we're making, Devin. Can we recap what Bott thinks? This is important, Bott. You need to think about this. While we do this, let's recap the story.
Yeah.
So, Bott got kidnapped by a dragon.
Yes.
Dropped on a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Bott wanted to go to the circus.
Kill the automatons.
Love it. We'll get to that in a moment, Bott. I just want to review. Went to the circus, shot a Goliath, met some rat friends, put on some shoes that made him run really fast, ran into the City of Industry, met Sirmira, the armored person.
Yep.
Helped Sirmira by going into the mines, went deeper into the mines, found Ponyville, found out Ponyville was full of the same force, and then went into hell for a few minutes to make some demons suffer until the rats brought him back to life, and now Bott has a whistle they can blow to activate the squirrels.
This is solid.
This is a good fucking story!
It's a hell of a story, but I would like you to do me a favor. We are going to do you're going to do attacks for the squirrels. They are going to consume the 4 automatons that are over and guarding you. I would like you to give me several attacks, or several 20s, please. And this is going to be for the squirrels. Okay, first squirrel is going to...
I rolled a 3.
Second squirrel. Got it?
I rolled a 11.
That one succeeds. straight 50-50
I
chance.
rolled
Yeah.
a.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Of the 4 automatons, these squirrels get to them before anything else happens, and you watch as one squirrel just these voracious, tiny little beings are. You see their like little hands ripping apart. They first take their acorns and they're just bashing the hell out of this automaton, and then you see one squirrel gets inside and it's ripping out, like you see parts of like wires and shit getting thrown out of it and metal and chunks, and their heart is now pulled out of their metallic unbeating motor of a heart. The other one, 2 of them, you watch the closest 2 are getting ripped to shreds as the final 2 get up to you and are just beating off, and you see squirrels flying left and right. At this point in time, the Chets are now actively trying to unbuckle all of the things like they put on your helmets, and all of the little Chets are now going and attempting that, while Kosira is, you and Bott are now face to face with 2 ponies.
Yes.
2 Miras are approaching, Eves are approaching you right now, and as they do, you get to have an attack before they get to have an attack, and they're pretty interesting.
I'm gonna try to cast plant growth in my horse form to entangle them to the location.
Okay, I'd like you to give me it's probably a dex on my, fuck me, that's a word we can't damn use! I'm halfway through this bottle.
Yeah, it is impressive. You're gonna pee lemonade.
Oh, that's gonna sting, isn't it?
That is.
Alright, this is a save. That's the bad die at a solid 9 plus 2. I doubt that succeeds against a level 9.
Nope, it does not.
They have been encapsulated by vines and ivy as grass pulls over and grabs into them. This gives the other squirrels chance. Bott, I need 2 more, another D20 to see.
I rolled a 18.
Oh my god, with the...
I rolled a 11.
I meant to say just 1, but 2. The first one's great. At that point in time, the first, you get the squirrels just now voraciously grab onto this and rip into it. One automaton is here, and instead of trying to attack you as it watches the other one get grabbed, it is going to sound an alarm, and it now becomes a siren as it alerts everything within the area. You have, I don't know, maybe a round, 2, maybe 3 to solve this problem. What's happening?
Oh gosh.
Little Chets are just working around. You can either help in assisting in undoing their helmets. You can attempt to kill this thing, but that siren's been heard, baby. That siren is acknowledged. But you see off in the distance a tower of arcane light and energy jeering out, and you feel a connection between. Sometimes it jeers into where these automatons are.
Bott, we have to go. Let's get out of here.
But we're still getting all the helmets. And as they're waking up,
give me a moment to think about it.
some of these like horses are now getting up. What's going on? What are we doing? I don't know. I was told we were gonna help out with the mines, and all of a sudden, and all these. The fuck's a rat doing here? Like they're freaking out. I'm sorry, I'm helping. You have limited options. I would like perceptions from the 2 of you, Bott, and you at disadvantage. Disadvantage does not count as the other word.
Okay, doesn't count.
Ooh, Bott.
Hey, oh no.
I rolled a.
Still, that's double worse.
I got a 1.
Fuck. You've no idea how close the pursuing army might be, how far out of town that you guys got grabbed, where you're at, Matrix style. The, what are they called? The Sentinels?
Yeah.
Sentinels are now, like, in pursuit right now. You have no idea how many rounds out they are, but they're in a full dash, and they're on their way as we speak. They go fast.
I want to take out the siren.
All right, Bott, how are you taking out this siren? You gonna summon the squirrels to do it? You gonna do it, or are you sending the squirrels to eviscerate themselves to try to take out and destroy this arcane tower?
That's a lot of choices.
You have time. We're at the conclusion.
Give me a moment to think about it.
You got it. While this is going on, I would like Kosira to... What are you doing? Because I'm gonna roll for some chets.
I think Kosira's... What was that word?
Fuck!
Oh, my tummy hurts. I think Kosira's gonna try to book it, dude.
Where?
To the cave mouth.
Was no cave mouth.
How did... Wait, didn't we come in here?
When you guys teleported in, you popped up dead center of Ponyville.
She's running there.
Okay.
Just gonna try to return to that spot and try to find
bolting
it.
for Ponyville.
Yeah, trying to find that arcane location and maybe tap into something.
The tower is not quite. It's outside.
Yeah, she's not going for the tower.
Got it.
Where she teleported in, she thinks she can teleport out.
Got it. That sounds great. Okay. This is Bott's currently pulling for the squirrels. The little rats are now stirring around, and they're saying at this point about half of the other horses are getting up, and they're trying to help out the other horses now, as all of the ponies are now working together. There is no immediate threat in the area. Next round is going to pass in just a moment. Bott, you have a vote coming up. At this point, though, at the end of this round, you look through the woods and you actively see that there is a... you see the red eyes of Eves pushing in, and it looks like there's many of them.
Oh, no.
You actually find it first. You come across a solid line of at least... Give me a quick perception at disadvantage because you are sprinting.
2.
Okay.
We send the squirrels to kill the siren for us.
All of the squirrels are now... They jump off one and then rip through the other, as now they have gotten smarter and realize the acorns are not good enough, but they are using little pebbles and rocks and just beating the rocks like Scrappy from Ice Age beat the iceberg to make sure it cracked. Squirrels are powerful. They're going to be able to kill the siren and it stops. At this point, you feel like, oh shit, it's been seen. You look to your right and that's where you see all the burning red eyes of Eve. And you approach 10, 15, spend 10, 15 feet apart, at least 15 that you can see, just in a line, pushing in towards, sieging you guys. Kosira, what you gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know. But I think this is the end.
At this point in time, as multiple of the helmets are being taken off, you start to see that the tower, Bott, you start to see the tower starting to lose eminence. It's starting to lose energy as multiple of the helmets are being pulled off of all of these horses. You can either do a couple things. Go to attack, help with horses, send the squirrels with opposable thumbs, but they have opposable thumbs, right?
I think
Is it kind of a hand?
It's a hand-like.
It's hand-like. You can either assist them... Oh, switch DMs.
Well, I was so engrossed! So, Bott, you can either send the squirrels to go attack the tower, assist removing the helmets, fight the automaton surrounding you and Kosira. In the meantime, as the tower begins to weaken its glow, the entire world begins to shake, as if the very reality around you is becoming unstable. What do you do? How's Chet? Chet's still trying to remove all the helmets?
Chet's... you tell me. How far are we along? It's been a couple rounds. We have several Chets. We have 6 Chets at a time.
Do a 100.
It's only a little latch. It's a buckle.
At 100?
So
do a 100 6 times. Take the highest.
That's gonna be 82.
Okay.
75. 46.
I think 82 is a fine number.
We'll see. Oh, it's 11. That's a bad. 97.
Yeah!
Yeah.
At this time, you have removed all but 3 of the helmets. And as you take off the last 3, you feel the very essence of the world begin to crumble. And the tower itself has pulsed out one last big time as all of the eaves around you lose their pony shape, revealing their true form.
I attack the eaves.
Excellent timing.
Bott sends the squirrels.
I love it. And as the squirrels come in at them, they chew their true shape, which is that of demons. They were demons the whole time.
Holy shit, they were demons the whole...
They were demons.
All Chets in unison look over and see the demons. As all 8 of them are in panicked terror.
All right, wonderful. Attacking the all right, the demons suddenly have revealed themselves, and they are fighting, and they are vicious because they've had the secret joy of knowing that each miner who has come down to help has actually been torturing the other, and that the torture they've all been feeling has been generating them power. In fact, the demons the Eves were in charge the whole time, and they have taken on this new form. Unshackled by the facade, they begin to summon an enormous chant that shakes the very earth. And all of a sudden, glowing fire begins from the sky above as you hear, "I found you." Do a perception! I got to into the voice.
I rolled a 3.
That was garbage! Chat perception!
4. Wait,
Go
I have
see-
8 chets.
Corsira got a 6! Go! Someone go!
Another chet. Natural 20! But they have a -2 to their perception,
Everyone
so
with
18.
that one chat sees 2 massive demon-like hands
Hey guys,
reaching
there's hands!
as if opening through the sky. 2 massive red talons of blood and viscera come in and place themselves. All you see is now another 2 pair of legs entering, and above you is a giant leviathan. All you can perceive is its underbelly, scaled and ribbed in beautiful reds and yellows as it glistens in glee and pride and vengeance. Do a dexterity.
I will do that real quick. Also, that's okay. That's a bad word. I'm glad we're there.
I rolled a 6.
I did put a 19 down before to try.
Okay.
The chets were trying to get chet 1 into the bag, but it was
succeeded.
hard. It was a natural 19. It's a horse, not meant for rat size.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're used to the bag.
Yeah, they're good at getting the bag in, but it was getting the small pony into a bag that was meant for rat. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I
This is for the. Natural 16.
I
Dex
rolled a
for them
6.
is a plus.
Word. You said the word too.
Fuck. It's a plus modifier. It's
Wow,
plus
that was
2.
garbage.
For the amalgamation, it's a +2.
Okay,
Each one has a +1.
I understand. All right, let me do a whole bunch of D6s here, because you're about to get fire rained upon you.
Another reroll from Bott.
I reroll.
Oh, come on, man.
I rolled a 18.
That's pretty good. Let me roll.
Oh, it's hurting now. I'm
It's
feeling
hurting.
the sting. My tummy.
Thank you, Google, for allowing me to do 24 D6. You take half of this, but 41 points of holy flame.
Is it possible for my rats to get into the bag before this happens? It was a natural 16, so 18 total. Can they get into the bag?
I'll give you the chance to save 3 of them if you do well.
So 20 damage. Or 41 is half.
41 is half. The total was 82.
Okay.
Oh no.
So how many jets can I save? How do I do it?
You can save a maximum of 3.
What do I gotta do?
Do a D20 twice.
One's dead.
Okay?
Oh, 2 are dead. Oh, twice? It was a 4 and a 3. 3 are dead. 3 are scorched.
Do it one more time.
Okay,
Please.
this-
I want one
Chet.
to live.
Chet, please.
What was it?
10.
I mean, they're familiar with the bag.
Okay, but I mean, all right.
I think-
Two get scorched at the end.
They're definitely going to be losing parts as they get in the bag.
2 chets get scorched.
Okay.
All right.
And Kosira's no more. You see
I roar. Fearless in the face of death.
the entire... but the entirety of what once was Ponyville mixed with Pandemonium has become an ablazement of golden holy fire. And before you, amalgamations of demon horses and the poor victim Sir Mira had trapped in before you all begin to ignite in an unstoppable flame. And beneath the cloud layer, a large, imposing face appears, scaled and hideous, scarred but familiar. Thank you for showing me this awful crime of iron
Oh, I know that dragon.
and demons. They do not belong here, and they shall all suffer.
I also want you to know you killed every other pony that was there.
Oh yeah.
They're all commoners. They were. Well, they're dead.
There were so many demons, man.
Yeah.
There were so many.
I don't know if you recognize me in this form. I'm Bott.
I will always know you.
I wave with my hoof.
Hello. I heard you summon me with that monstrosity whistle. My hearing is impeccable, and I knew exactly where to find you. Come, do not be in this world of death, pain, and suffering no more. And he grabs you. Do you resist?
Give me a moment to think about it.
Just so everyone can see what this looks like, what happened when several Chets try to get in the bag? They've done their job, and the goal is one Chet fights while the other Chets wait. Because that's perfectly balanced, of course.
Yeah.
All the Chets were jumping back in the bag, you know, doo, 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 doo. One was mid-jump when they got scorched and fried, while Chet number 2, the one that was in charge next to the line, was holding the bag open, so him, who was being the leader, and then the end one got just fucking eviscerated. So that's why you see 2 burned Chets on the ground. While you look over at this point in time, you see another Chet just get shoved out of the bag. So Chet number 3 is now Chet number 1. And he's all like, ah! He tries to get back in the bag, while the others are like, you see like 3 sets of hands grabbing the burnt Chets and just fucking shoving it, and then just grabbing the thing closed, and the other one's just like, ah! Puts the other bag back on. I'm down to 6.
So how many Chets are in the bag?
There's 5 in the bag.
I love
Well,
it.
there's all of them are in the bag.
Okay.
5 of them are remaining.
I see. Okay. That's
Chet.
good.
I don't resist.
Come. You've done your job. And the hand picks you up and takes you into the clouds. As you pass the cloud layers, your body transforms from that of a horse to that of the robot you know so dearly. Only once you've made it into the real cave where Sir Mira had originally released you, do you remember that you have left poor Chet in his bags, back in the godforsaken hellscape that is Pondemanium! Pony-domanium!
Pony Domanium.
That's Pony Pandemonium, and I was really proud of it.
Pony Pandemanium.
And there are now, how many Chets left? 5 living Chets.
How many got killed? First one got killed, and then 2 more got killed.
Yeah.
So that's 3 off of the 9, so 6.
You now have 6 living Chets in this destroyed hellscape.
By the way, you did so much damage to them on top of their base health, they did die.
Oh yeah.
Just so you know, you might never know.
Of course, they're absolutely dead.
Gotta recruit.
And as you are taken out, the large dragon says, I have been looking for the corruption of the Feywilds for so long, and they had used iron and trickery and cute horses to fool me. What is that face?
You said damage.
You did. Go on, just finish it. Just
No,
kill it.
no,
Just kill
no,
it.
absolutely fucking not. No, I don't want to finish it.
And it returns you, now continuing the circle back to the mountain where you were first dropped.
I have to admit though, being a cute horse was nice.
Well, this is where I leave you your final choice. Do you wish to remain here? We can use a hero like you to prevent this sort of thing from ever happening again. Or you can return to the fantasy land with the innocents and the friends you've lost. Or you can return home, and I make sure you never remember the terrible, unholy things you saw today. Bott, there's one right answer, and it's canonically the third one.
We need the chat to give us the third option. Only you can choose number 3.
Chat, the answer is number 3.
You have four options?
Three.
Options. You have 3 options, but the right chance is 3. Can we see our...
Stay here as the robot. Stay here as a horse in a fantasy world. Go back home, forget everything.
Chet's still in the Ponyland.
Yeah, he is.
He's in Pony Pandemanium.
Yeah, Pony Pandemanium. I love it there. It's delightful.
Oh my god, it's getting hella windy.
Chat, please vote correctly.
Please.
Please.
It's like when you're like, you have a choice, but please don't.
Hey, they voted number 3! I'll take it! Very well.
One person wants Pony Island.
Too late! Was it you?
No. No, I did not.
And
I'm pretty scarred. Give me the mind bleach.
And with its massive claws, it performs a delicate maneuver of circles and half circles as it touches you in your heart and your
Gulra.
Gura. I was gonna say Gudra, that's a Pokemon. Touches you in your heart and your Gura. And all at once, you are back. Home. Nearly 2 hours have passed since you opened the door to the soup kitchen. It's 2 p.m. A nice breeze passes you by, and you feel it through your joints. And you have no memory of the friends you made, of the friends you lost. The only thing a little different are the shoes on your feet, which for whatever reason had to do with a D2, a coin flip deciding what they were. What were they, Devin?
Now that you've been wearing them long enough, those boots have the ability to change your perception to yourself if you were a minor.
What?
Not a minor, a minor. So Bott, now that you've been wearing those for so long, you have the ability to use them for 1 hour. You can disguise yourself to look like a kid version of yourself. And you are 6-year-old Bott, and you look to be about 3 feet tall and like even more round and baby-faced than before.
And that's where we'll leave you, looking like a 6-year-old.
Lasts for 1 hour per day.
I'm so cute.
And that's what we'll leave off tonight's episode. Patrick, you're the DM. Take it away.
Thank you so much for watching Twitch Slays D&D. This has been an experiment in Devin and I's skills as DM where we have just made shit up. This one got weird.
Oh my god, it's so windy.
It's very windy.
You probably hear that.
You can probably hear that.
So fucking loud.
It was really fun. Thank you. I did not drink much lemon juice. Devin,
Fuck
how's your
off,
lemon
you
juice looking?
slut.
How's yours?
I have to pee so bad, Patrick. You have no idea. Wait. Before we end this,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull this off so the audience can see how much fucking lemon juice I consumed.
Wow! That's awful. Thank you again so much for joining us. It's been a real treat. We will see you again next week at Wednesday for 7 p.m. with your standard fun group here. Devin will be the DM. It's going to be a great time. You can also check out some beautiful art on the Discord. I've heard someone put some beautiful Chet art in there already. Feel free to take a look there. We also have a Patreon as well as a TikTok with all the sorts of goodies you love to see. Anything else that you'd recommend, Devin?
Please head over to our Discord. Funny shit happens in there every day.
Yep. I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been a treat. Good night, everyone.